I just want to say a word, mainly for women. I want to tell you a really quick story to illustrate my point. Years ago, I worked with a woman, and it's been some years back because we were still writing checks on a regular basis. But this woman, I worked with her, and she said to me, she said, can you help me? I'm starting to have checks bounce, and I don't know what's going on with my checking account. She had been married, but she just recently had got a divorce, and she told me her husband had taken care of all the bills and all the checks and that. And I said, okay, I'll help you. So she brought in her checkbook, and I was showing her how to reconcile her checks and how to do this and I realized, I said, the reason why your checks are bouncing is because you don't have any money in your checking account. And she said, oh, yeah, I have money. Oh, yeah. And I said, not according to this. According to this, you don't have any money. She said, I still have checks. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, as long as I have checks, that means I have money, right? So this is my point. It's great when people say, her husband, he's a great provider. He takes care of everything. He pays all the bills and she doesn't ever have to pay a bill. And that's great, but you need to know how to. Those are basic life skills you need to have. And, it's nothing against a soft life or stay at home wives but there are just some skills and some things you really need to know because everyone doesn't get divorced. Sometimes people die and you're left by yourself. So there's just some things in life you really need to know how to do. All right, you guys have a good day.